Hey there, besties. Let's take a look at this video that's been making the rounds. Now, it looks like it's from September. Oh, no, that's not that far away. I forgot we only in October, so my bad. All right, let's see what this person has to say about the fact that men came out, black men in particular, came out to, I don't even know what they were doing. But they gathered, they weren't fighting, they were in suits, they were posing, they were recorded, and these biatches got a problem with it. But when they out here doing their dances on TikTok and going to the concert and showing off their food where they can't pay for it, or in these restaurants that they can't afford, or stealing seats on planes, no one's supposed to say anything and everything is all good in the hood, right? These people ain't bothering nobody. They ain't doing nothing to hurt nobody. But you know a TBB got something to say. Let's hear what she got to say, okay?
Formerly known as Twitter, that I'm sure you have seen this video. It's literally just a video of them going down a line of black men in suits, and the caption is "Black man in positive image." And when anyone is giving them pushback or asking about this picture, they're just saying we're being negative. But I just have a few questions. How many of these men are husbands or significant others? How many of these men are active fathers in their children's lives? If there is child support to be paid, is it current? Are these men active partners in their relationships? How are they positively influencing their local community? Are they holding men around them accountable who do not do the things that I just said? Because it's not enough for you to be the type of man that lives up to the societal image of what a positive black man is. But if you entertain men who are not that way, you're just as big of a problem, especially if you don't call them out. I guess I just don't understand why black men knowing what Burlington Coat Factory is means it's a positive image. But okay, all right. So if you're still active on the app, formerly known.
Okay, so she has some questions. Child, I got some questions too, okay? So as the most educated, are you paying your student loans? And as the most educated, did you go ahead and get a degree, but then you went outside of Joe Biden's White House and then asked him to pay your loans? Are you so educated that you got so much debt that your kids can't even go to school because you're still paying off said debt, and you are blaming white supremacy, discrimination, and racism? As the most evicted, are you up to date on your rent? Because we know the odds are you definitely paying rent and not owning anything. Because God forbid that someone say that black people should go ahead and own something, and then here you all come talking about not everyone should own. Everyone doesn't have to own. You don't know. You don't know their situation. Are you out here making excuses for your fellow sisses? I'm sure you are. If you aren't up to date on your rent as the most evicted, what is your plan to do? What is your plan on doing something about that? Oh yeah, are you going to GoFundMe? Help me understand, is GoFundMe the way that you plan on burying yourself as well? Or do you have life insurance if you do have kids? Do you know what life insurance is? Child, I ain't got time to tell you, but it's something that you should look into, just because it's not fair, like you all always typically do, to allow those that are still here once you die to be responsible for how the heck it is that they're supposed to pay for your daggone funeral, especially if you do have kids. And by the way, do you have any kids? The odds are you probably do. How many baby daddies do you have? Are they any good? Are they felons? Are they in jail? Have they gone to jail? Were they ever in jail? Did they come out of jail? How long were they in jail? And if they did come out of jail, how many girlfriends did they have? How many baby mamas do they have? Did you think they were a good person? Odds are they are not someone that works as a VP at Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase Bank, or any other institution where they could actually bring you to the daggone Christmas party. The odds are it isn't a VP from any institution of any Fortune 500 company, and they probably couldn't bring you because you would want to wear this fashionable bonnet that you have on your head that you want to be on this daggone tickety-tock showing yourself in. But you know what? That's a whole different story. So how many engagements have you had with no ring and no marriage results? Everybody has been engaged, but no one seems to get married. No one seems to be able to provide a daggone ring. How much travel have you done, and where has that led you? Mexico? Oh, child. Mexico is so played out, but we already know y'all go down there for BBLs. It's an easy place to get to. It's a cheap place to get to. And then y'all want to talk about all the traveling that you have done. Want to talk about the amount of debt that you are in while being worth nothing? Shout out to Black Demographics, the CDC, and the Brookings Institute that have the actual statistics to prove where black women lie as far as wealth is concerned. Are you out here talking about generational wealth and have no generation of wealth to give anyone? Child, that's a whole different daggone story. Have you been any place outside of Atlanta or Miami as well? Because those seem to be the destinations of many black women while they live it all up. Hey, girl, okay? Clearly, you haven't had a BBL or liposuction. Is any of that in your future? Because the odds are with most of y'all, you go out of the country for cheaper surgery. Then you get down there, God forbid something goes wrong. Then everybody back here got to spend all the money and do another GoFundMe to try to get you back and to make sure that everything is okay. Help me understand why you can't afford surgeries in the United States where you live at. Oh, yeah, it's too expensive, but you the most educated making the most money. I'm so confused. Be the first person to turn around and tell a man that he has to make $5 million a month in order to have you. You here in this bonnet at this size? By the way, what is your dress size? How tall are you? Shout out to Kevin Samuels. May he continue to rest in peace. Do you know where the nearest Planet Fitness is or any other gym? Do you know what a gym is? Are you interested in it at all? Are you okay at this weight? What is your cholesterol level? What are your diabetes results? Looks like you might be bigger than a man, but I digress. How much is your portion of the Section 8 that you may or may not have? Odds are there's so many that have it. Be on TV with all their kids complaining about the fact that they're on the daggone list. Are you on the daggone list waiting for your name to be called? As far as your rent is concerned, are you up to date as the most evicted? We got to be sure that, where you stand. We want to be sure where you stand. Before you get on TV for that as well and say it's not right, it's not fair, wait for white guilt to kick in so that they can send you a ton of money, save you from eviction. Then you'll be in the same spot within 3 to 6 months, doing the same story all over again. How much is the government giving you to live? Are you an adult? You look like you're an adult. You look like you're a big adult. How much is your portion of the rent? Are you getting Section 8? Are you getting Medicaid? If you are getting Medicaid, are your kids all up to date on their shots? Do you take them to the dentist? Do you take them to the doctor regularly or only when they get sick? You do know that you should take them based on the schedule for kids and babies, but definitely once they're older every year, just for a physical, FYI. Love the bonnet. How many wigs have you stolen lately? How many wigs do you own? How much lashes? How much lip gloss? How much makeup? Spiders, makeup, and weave. Black woman's number one thing that they need in their life. Listen, I know that I wear wigs, but I don't have a problem with it. I cop to it. It's not a big deal to me. But you all seem to have to steal. Now, as the most educated who make the most money, who claim that they make more money than God, I'm trying to understand what all the stealing is for. Help me understand with all the wig stealing and the Kanakalong stealing and I don't know what the hell else y'all be stealing in there. Lip gloss, makeup. I don't even know. There's a lot of stealing going on for the most educated. Speaking of being the most educated, are you up to date on your student loans? Are you back to paying your student loans? Or are you going to wait a year to pay your student loans, then not be able to pay the whole year amount when the time comes due? Remember, that's what they also said when it was time to say that you didn't have to pay your rent, but y'all must have missed those directions that caused you to continue to be at the top of the most evicted list. Listen. At the end of the day, I'm a black woman too, so this all applies to me, except it technically doesn't apply to me because those aren't my situations, and I'm not trying to brag. All I'm saying is y'all can get out here and talk negatively every day, all day, half the daggone night about these daggone men, not understanding why it is that you always want to talk about them since you claim that you don't want them, you don't need a man, you are equal, you can do it all by yourself, you own a business, sis. Then why y'all so pressed? Why y'all so butthurt? Just because you chose a bum who's crusty, dusty, musty, rusty, ashy, bum, Jermaine, you think that every man is like that? Nah, sis, that's just what you qualify for. Face the facts. You can't do no better, and you ain't gonna have no better. First of all, because of your circumstance and where you're at in life, and because you have a nasty negative attitude. Who the hell of any substance would want to have you in their life when this is all that you do? Shout out to TikTok, always showing how these people are, how they act, and who they want to be. We gonna allow you to be that, and we gonna talk about you. Anyway, shout out to anyone that has made it this far. You know daggone well you need to go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you give a comment. I'll see you all in the next one.
We do not care